While many played The Last of Us Part 2 for its dark and cinematic storytelling, there's also a very deep and robust set of combat and stealth mechanics for you to play with. Naughty Dog clearly knows this, so for the PS5 remastered version of the game, they've included a new roguelike mode called No Return. Players are forced to adapt to dynamic and unique combat scenarios with a large roster of playable characters, making do with randomized weapons, modifiers, and maps. We've braved clickers, Seraphites, and the WLF in order to give you these essential tips for No Return. No Return encourages a faster pace of gameplay than usual, as enemies will be on the hunt and will slowly gravitate towards your position, making quick thinking and strategizing essential for each encounter. Sitting back or waiting in a corner will provide no advantage, as it's only a matter of time until you're caught or flanked by patrolling enemies. We recommend regularly scavenging for bottles and bricks to reroute enemies away from your position. While you can play each character in whatever way you wish, keep in mind that some characters are better suited for some scenarios more than others. If you feel like being particularly aggressive rather than stealthy, playing as Abby will give you a leg up with her innate heal on melee kill ability. Whereas Ellie is better for stealth with her ability to stealth kill clickers without using shivs. Just like in the base game, you'll need to pick up resources in order to craft the weapons and tools required to make it through each encounter. The difference in No Return is that you need to do this scavenging while under the pump, either when the wave timer is counting down, or during a round when the enemies are in the arena. Make sure you're diligently exploring each location, as the materials you find and equipment you make will stay with you between rounds. In between rounds, there are 2 separate timers for the wave countdown, as well as backpack preparation time. The preparation timer activates when you're in the backpack menu, meaning you can use this time to craft things without reducing the overall wave timer. This lets you maximize your exploration time each round to find the cache that spawns, as well as other supplies. Mods are a big part of what makes No Return special. They'll change up your run in subtle or drastic ways. You might get a damage boost while at low health, caustic bloater pustules might rain down from the sky, you could set enemies on fire with melee attacks, or enemies can even be invisible. The trade-off for choosing encounters that are this dangerous is that you will usually be rewarded with many more materials for completing the round, so weigh up carefully whether these effects might be run killing, or if they're worth the risk for the potential reward. When life gives you bad mods, make the most of it. Some disadvantage mods, such as arenas being covered in tripwire mines, can be used to your advantage. For example, enemies are just as likely to trip the explosives as you are, so you can either lure them into the right location to set them off, or just wait for them to trigger a trap on the other side of the map. Try to find the bright side of some of these negative effects. Early on, don't spend all of your currency on small things that you might not need, as your leftover money will carry over to the next round. Saving some cash can make it so that you have enough for more expensive upgrades and fancy golden weapons later, which usually will be too expensive unless you've taken on a particularly challenging encounter already. Use your time in the hideout to reload your guns, heal yourself, and craft anything that you might need. You're always on the clock when you're in an encounter, but you've got all the time in the world back at base, so use it to make sure that you're well prepared. No Return is designed to be customized and tailored to your preference. You can choose what difficulty you want to play on with each run, and you can even use the custom difficulty option to tweak individual parameters. You can also set up a custom run, which can let you determine which mods, enemies, encounter types, and bosses will appear, all without penalty to progression and unlocks. With these tips, hopefully you can complete your runs and survive to fight another day. For more The Last of Us, check out these 7 cool details from the remaster's Lost Levels, or our Part 2 Remastered performance review. For all other things gaming, stick with IGN.